So in a couple of previous videos, we've showed ways that we can pipe commands together or pipe data together between commands, right? We did it when we got objects and then we exported it, or we did an outgrid view or we converted to HTML or something like that. So that's piping objects to sort of a generic commandlet that will deal with any type of object. Now you can also pipe to specific objects as long as there's an obvious connection between the commandlets. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to do get command noun process. And this is going to show me all of my commandlets that are related to managing processes. And so we see debug process, get process, start process, stop process, wait process. So does it make logical sense that I should be able to get a process and then pipe it to stop process? Yeah, we probably can. Doesn't necessarily make sense because of the way processes work that I can get a process that doesn't exist and then start it, but I should be able to get one and stop it. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to do a get process, and this is going to show me all of my processes. Let me specify one in particular. I want to do a notepad. So I'm going to do get process notepad. And I've got notepad open. You can see the little icon down here that identifies that notepad is open. So now if I get process notepad, I should be able to pipe that to stop dash process. And as you can see, notepad just went away. So now if I do a get process notepad, we get an error. We couldn't find a process named notepad because it's not running at the moment. Another example would be get service. And I want to look at a specific service here. I want to look at the service bits, which is a background intelligent transfer service. And I like playing with that one because I can start it and stop it and restart it, and I'm not going to hurt anything. So let me do get service bits. And you'll notice when we got it before right here, it said the process was running. So I'm going to pipe that to stop service. And that should stop it. So let me do a get service bits. And we can still find it because services don't go away when you stop them. But it is stopped now. It is not a running service. So I should be able to take my get service bits and pipe that to start service. And that should work as well. So now when I get service bits, sure enough, it's running. All right, so I'm piping things back and forth, piping a service object back and forth between these two commandlets. Now, just so you know, you don't have to do it that way. You can also, in some cases, depending on the commandlet, do things like stop service and just give it the name. And as long as stop service will take a string file and use it as a name, that'll work just fine. Not all commandlets will do that. Some commandlets don't accept pipeline input. So in general, if commandlets share the same noun, then you'll be able to pipe data between the two of them. All right. Now, I've been doing this one thing at a time. You don't have to. You can do it with a lot of things at a time. Now, obviously, we don't want to do get service, get all of them, and then stop all services or stop all processes. Those things are going to probably crash our system. But let me look at this. I've got a get child item. Now, this really becomes useful because I can do a get child item, view all of my items, and if I decide I don't want them, I can pipe all of that to remove item. And if this works correctly, that'll get rid of everything in my directory. Now when I do a get child item, you can see that it's all gone. And this gives you an idea of something that would be really beneficial, right? So you can go into a directory, get child item, see what's there. You can specify a little bit more, get child item. In this case, let's say I wanted to get rid of my process objects and not my process files and not my services file. I could do get child item PRO asterisk. You can use an asterisk and a question mark if the commandlet allows for wildcards. So I can do get child item PRO asterisk and then hit enter and make sure that it got the right stuff for me and then pipe it to remove item. In this case, it's not going to do anything because I already removed him. But hopefully that gives you an idea of how we can pipe data back and forth between commandlets and do different things with our objects as we are managing our systems in PowerShell.